we're going to start out with an interview that I did with Andy and Mike, two of the guys from Solid Frog, and here's how that went. I guess a good place to start would just be to give our listeners some background on Solid Frog, how it all started and where it is now.
All right.
Okay, this is Andy, singer, guitar player, with Mike on the phone and the drummer.
Hello.
We've been together for a few years as this project. Of course, we've gone through that incestuous thing of being in other people's bands and going through members and that kind of thing, how it usually goes with area bands. And finally we settled on this and the sound that we've got now, and put out an album that actually just got released a few weeks ago called Supercoat. And we're just starting now to get out and start touring to support it. And with a couple other guys in the band, Jeff Hayes on bass and Kyle Neely on guitar. So that's about where we're at now, just piecing together our tour and headed out that way.
That's right. And why don't we talk about the situation with, well, for you, it's a fairly regional situation, the regional deal with Overture Records. How did that come about?
We have a recording studio here that I work at and also my brother owns, and we did the Spuns record here. My brother co-produced it, and Overture was like a kind of a sister studio to the Loft, and we just kind of got involved with each other in a good working relationship, and they had a good offer for us, and it's an independent label out of Detroit, but it's a national distribution and also European. So we're like I said, we're just piecing that whole thing together. That tour would probably happen in a few months in Europe, and then the rest of it, the countrywide thing is starting up right now.
All right, when does this tour actually begin?
Well, like I said, it's piecing together throughout some different agents and that kind of thing. We're starting. We're starting next week. We start our first dates at the Lollapalooza here in Detroit. We're playing that, and then we're headed out to St. Paul, Minneapolis, and then coming out your way, and then headed back down through Ohio and then out through the Midwest, southern Midwest that way.
Yeah, I think you come to us on Friday, and then the 22nd Saturday, I think People's at Ames, and then I was talking to Linda, the radio rep there at Overture, and she was saying something about going maybe to Chicago and back out east from there.
Yeah, exactly. We hit the Chicago, Cleveland, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Columbus, Ohio.
Maybe Dayton.
Yeah, and then a bunch of other places, just about every major city. But it's all starting to come together right now because, like I said, the album just got released, and it's starting to do pretty well in sporadic regions on the radio. So we're pretty pleased with that.
I know there is some radio support here in Iowa. We've been playing it, and I know there's a couple of other stations that have been playing, in particular, the Standard Day track. And one thing I noticed when listening to the record is a diverse amount of influences, and I guess some of them are obvious to me, and maybe we can tell our listeners what kind of things influence.
What's it sound like? What's some influences you hear?
I hear Jellyfish.
Cool.
That's a good call.
I hear some King's X.
Yeah.
Beatles.
Did you read our bio? What's going on?
No, actually, I have not seen your bio.
Wow, I don't know if that's written on the bio or not, but that's exactly two of the bands that I would have mentioned personally.
Now, if you say Kiss next, then you got to figure it out.
Yeah, Mike's a big Kiss fan, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, well, Kiss influenced everybody, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it's beyond influential to me, so.
But yeah, that's exactly right. There's bands that have influenced all of us as we were when we were kids. I always liked Elton John and Billy Joel and that kind of thing. But as far as the new sound, I guess you pretty much said what we listened to. There's not a whole lot of bands that I like to listen to anymore. But like King's X has been around actually for a long time, and I've always at least over a decade, so I could consider them an influence.
Terrific. One of my favorite bands personally, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And musically, as far as that goes, the record is really all over the place. I think, I particularly enjoy like the intro to Hello. You might want to tell some people about that in case they don't know. Some of the people around our age, I imagine you guys are probably in your 20s, and some younger people might not know what that's from. But I got a kick out of it. I knew it instantaneously.
Oh yeah. Oh well, go rent the Blues Brothers. One of the top 5 greatest movies ever, and it's just a piece taken from there, and actually you'll hear it live if you don't have the record yet or anything. Then you'll hear it live. It's part of the show, and yeah, if you know it, you know it. Even if you don't, it'll might crack a smile when you hear it.
And the song, the topic of the song itself kind of deals kind of an offshoot of that, kind of walking into a club and not getting that warm of a reception from management, etc.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually just a true story of just walking in, and you're the one that drove the whole way and tired and roughed up, and then there's a guy in the bar who's I don't know what he's so mad about, and he's just not happy to see you or anything. Doesn't even know who you are. So it's interesting.
Yeah, and there's some other interesting. Maybe we could go through and tell our listeners what some of the songs are about. Of course, we were just saying Standard Day is getting quite a bit of airplay, and this is the emphasis track from the Supercoat record. We can talk about some of those subjects that are intertwined throughout the Supercoat record.
Sure. I would say the Standard Day that's probably the only one that I really can't explain, and I can't really. What I'm doing is I'm letting people decide what they think it's about, and then maybe a year from now I'll see if everyone's right or not. But so that one you got to kind of listen closely and guess. But some of the other songs, like I said, Hello is just basically a story about being I don't know, what do you say, Mike?
A bar band, I guess.
Yeah, the bar band days. Even not then. Even when
right.
People,
it even happens still. You walk in and just like you said, you figured it out.
Yeah. Some of the other songs, Smokey, for example, is a song basically pieced together from maybe 5. It's a person, but it's probably like 5 different people that I know, and I take all these personalities that were really strong, bad personality traits, and then put them all together and made this person up, and so I can get all my aggressions out by just abusing this one person, and so it's a bunch of people. One of my favorites is the last song on the record called Magic Starfly. And that's basically just a childhood story and a kind of a mood song that is, it's a lot of people might not totally get, but they get their own picture from it, and it's kind of a story about the childhood thing. I don't know. What's another song, Mike?
What about I?
Oh yeah, that's another one that is semi spiritual, I guess you could say. We're not a Christian band per se, but we all have our strong beliefs in what we in our faith, and that kind of just takes in my view and a story.
It's the same with the song My God also.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. What have you got a chance to listen to the whole thing?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Any songs I'm trying to think what else you might be interested in.
The first track. Unfortunately, I don't have the CD in front of me here as we do the interview. About the bumper car and the
bumper car sticker is the first song on the record, and we play that live also as first, and that's actually it's about people who think they are solving their problems or are doing something about it by, let's say, putting a bumper sticker on their car, like a Greenpeace sticker or no nukes, or just they're thinking that's going to really make a big difference, and that's all they've done is put a bumper sticker on their car, and of course it's a nice car, These people don't have that many worries, and they're if they're really that concerned, they would probably buy a cheaper car and put their money towards something else. So, not everybody, but not stereotyping everybody, but certain people. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
As far as the songwriting goes, is it pretty much a collaborative effort between everybody?
Yeah, a lot of the ideas, everyone will bring an idea to the project, and we'll all do our own instrumental part to it, and then I'll write the lyrics and put the melodies down and that kind of thing. But for the most part, we have it all piece it together.
All right, very good. I know that I'm not sure what happened with. I think after this brief leg that you're doing here, there was some talk about going out on a fairly major tour in the States. Is that still?
Yeah, actually, like I said, being acquaintances of ours, the band Sponge asked us to go out on a few dates with them, and we were all set to go, and actually they ended up canceling them for some technical problems they had for a week. But we keep in touch with them, and they're going to Europe for a few weeks, and then they're coming back, and hopefully we'll be. It looks pretty good that we'll hook up with them for a while on their rest of their American thing. And so that's where we stand with that.
Yeah, that would be definitely a very big boost, and I'm sure that with them being on a major label and being friends of yours, it's certainly been a bit of a help and kind of nice to see those guys take off because they're doing very well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty excited because actually their record just went gold. So and I assisted. I was the assistant engineer on the record, so I'll be getting one of those plates. Well, I was just telling Mike. I asked him where he's gonna where he'd put his first one, and I said, "Well, I'm gonna put mine on my refrigerator right next to all like the kids' artwork." Big magnets. What it's gonna look like.
Look what Andy did in school today.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, congratulations on a gold album.
Well, thanks.
Ah.
And then next time, hopefully it's one I played on. So.
There you go. And you were mentioning maybe about a possibility of going to Europe, I think, too?
Yeah, the album, like I said, is just now getting released out there, and they're doing all the legal BS to get it distributed, and assuming everything goes well, we'll be headed over there probably like October or so.
Judging from the comments that I get from Linda, I think the initial responses from radio have been pretty good. I don't know, I haven't heard any feedback on the Supercoat album as a whole, as far as retail-wise especially. How is it doing so far?
Well, basically, as far as what I've heard, it's been hard for a lot of the stores to keep it in stock. People were tentative when it first came out, wasn't sure how many it would sell, so they'd only order a few. The problem being is that those would be sold out immediately, and then they'd have trouble keeping it in stock. So, and they don't want to necessarily buy 50 of them like they would a Green Day or something like that, and because they know they would sell. So. Basically, the sales are never going to be huge to begin with, just because they don't have that many. I mean, they're in most stores, but they don't have like I said, a 20 album in the store, and so that's where we stand with that. But it like I said, the distributors are just reordering because they can't keep it in.
Well, that's a nice problem to have, I would say.
Yeah, we're debating on whether we'd rather have them, have a stack of them and see how many they'd sell, or if they, keep reordering. But so we're always bickering over that.
Are you going to do a video for a song off this record?
Most likely, yeah. For Standard Day, depending on longevity of it, and like I said, it's getting really well recepted for being just a few weeks in release, and like I said, we learned firsthand through the Sponge thing that even though, a lot of people are just now familiar with them or heard their first single, Plowed, they were pushing that a long time before it started to get popular. So we're not really concerned about, hurrying up with that kind of thing.
Right, and actually, I think they did a video for Nina Menashe before that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was actually the first single, just the taster.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was and that record's pretty diverse too, like yourselves. And I guess we could kind of
there's a lot of similarities, not necessarily the musical side, but aside from the studio, a lot of the I think actually some of the drumming was done on Mike's drum set. Is that right?
Yeah.
So the drum sounds might be exactly the same. It's because it's the same kit. And among other things.
Well, I guess I wasn't aware of the fact that both your record and their record were recorded at the same place.
Recorded it. Tim Patalan also produced our record also, and he co-produced the Sponge thing. So, and he's doing rather well also with his producing project.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think your record sounds really good.
Well, thanks.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. What can people expect when they come to see Solid Frog live?
Help me out, Mike.
Well, rainbow suspenders and fishing boots.
Tackle boxes.
Tackle box.
It's a pretty easygoing thing, but we like to get nuts sometimes.
It's different. You'll remember it.
Well, again, we're looking forward to seeing you. We're going to pretty much, I would imagine, hear probably most, if not all, of the Supercoat record.
Yes, exactly. Almost all of it. We try not to, play too many songs that'll make you go to sleep. But there's not too many on there. I think will do that. But yeah, we'll have a good time, I'm sure.
Will there be any surprises in the set?
Song-wise?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're playing 2 new ones, Andy.
Yeah, there'll be a couple new ones.
Yeah.
Plus, of course, the 200-ton pyro show that we always.
And the elevated drum riser. I'm going out over the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, we're working on that one.
It's in its stages, but.
Oh, that's great.
Problem is, it takes like 6 people to lift them up. So.
Get the lizards and the dragons too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andy's gonna fight them with a sword.
Yeah, right.
When did the actual recording process for Supercoat begin then?
I would say.
It was fall last year.
Yeah, in the fall. We took about 4 weeks to do it. It was spread out within a couple months, but we took about 4 weeks to finish it up, or about a month, and got it finished from there.
It was throughout the whole football season. I remember that.
I've got a problem with that.
Yeah.
You guys are probably all Lions fans.
Well, I am.
No.
Mike is more of a I don't know that
diehard Dolphin.
Diehard Walt Disney Dolphin fan.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, I personally feel sorry for both of you and Don Shula.
Hey, that's all right. They'll have their year this year.
What NFL hat do we look for when we head out your way? Who's your?
It's the Rams. It's the St. Louis Rams now out there.
Actually, yeah. Well, we're pretty north, so it's actually the Vikings.
Oh,
all right.
Oh, Andy, trouble. NFC Central, look out.
Yes, rivals.
Yeah.
Hey, well, anything to diss the Bears, though. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
There you go. That was the bulk of the interview that we did with Andy and Mike from Solid Frog. We're looking forward to hosting them tomorrow as they headline Pucker Brush Jam 7. It's Solid Frog and Ballast, C14, Lynn Screen, The Matrix, and Johnny B. Fisher Band. And let's play some music from most of those bands. As you can tell, they're fun guys, and I think they're going to put on a great show for us here. So it's a free show at the Forest City Civic Auditorium, Pucker Brush Jam 7 tomorrow. Doors at 6, showtime about 7 o'clock. Give or take a couple of minutes, and 6 bands, free rock and roll. What more can you ask for? So let's preview the show.
This is Mike from Solid Frog.
And this is Andy from Solid Frog. And when we're doing our gardening, we listen to 107.3, Forest City's own
KIOW.